Alright guys, we're going diving today on a spearfishing expedition. Got the guns here. And we're gonna head out soon and hopefully shoot some fish to cook and make a catch and cook tonight. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, we're back from the dive, and I got this beautiful Papio. Really good size. I haven't shot one this size in a long time. Alright guys, so I have the fish right here. Beautiful Papio. Yeah, he's a pretty big one, or not big, but he's a good size. So I'm just gonna cut him up real quick, fillet him, and then I'll show you guys how to prepare. Alright guys, so I finished filleting the fish. There's the carcass, and then there's the 2 fillets. I messed up a little on the skinning, but yeah, otherwise they're pretty nice full slabs of meat there. And so these two will make a good meal. And then if you look, the guts are all in there. Nothing, no mess, like no intestines coming out anywhere. And if you look, you put it up to the light, that's how you can tell if you have a good fillet. You can see right through. So yeah, filleting is done. Now it's time to cook. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can actually cut the collars off. The collar is like this fin part right here, and these actually have really good tasting meat inside. So you can just cut those off and grill these, or yeah, usually people grill them, but you can cut these fin parts off. They would go like right there. So yeah, these taste really good too, so don't waste these. Open the stomach before I threw away the carcass there. See, I cut it open, it's empty now because I felt something in there. So then I cut it open and these guys came out. Now this looks like a baby nehu or trumpet fish. And then this looks like a kind of like a mullet baby mullet, or like a nopeta, maybe a baby one, just by its shape. And then this, it's hard to tell because it's mostly decayed, but it kind of resembles like a what you call it? Awama, like a really small one. Just by it's hard to tell on camera, but its colors kind of look like a Veke's, and so that would most likely be an Awama, and that's their big part of their diet, and people use Awama to catch these guys a lot, so that's what I think that is. And then, yeah, so just thought that was kind of cool, a little look into what this guy's been eating. Alright guys, so I have one of the fillets right here, and it looks smaller because I cut off the ribs. The rib bones, they're right there with the other fillet right here. The reason I cut it off is for the two recipes, or the two techniques that I'm going to be doing today, I kind of want them to be as boneless as possible. So I'm going to eat this later, but probably tomorrow when I eat this other fillet. But for this one, for the techniques I'm going to be showing you, it's easier if I don't have the ribs in there. So yeah, that's the first thing I did. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this in half so that I have two portions of meat. One is what I'm gonna cook and the other one is gonna be the other way that I'm gonna cook it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna start off with, and then I'll start with the first recipe once I've done. Okay, so I cut it right there, and as you can see, there's a little row down the middle here that's bones. Those are pin bones, and it connects the meat to the spine of the fish. So we're gonna need to take those out, and it's pretty simple. And as you can see, it runs through here and then into here. Those are pin bones. So it's pretty easy to take those out, and I'll show you real quick. Okay, so in order to take out the pin bones, all I need to do is, okay, I'll do this one first actually. Okay, so there's the column down the middle. You're gonna get as close to that as possible with your knife, and then you're gonna cut straight down. Then you're gonna feel to make sure you got them, and you'll feel like pricks on your fingers if there's still bones in there. It looks like there isn't, so I got that one, but they're still gonna be there on this side, so you're gonna go as close to that line as possible and then cut straight down like that. Okay, then you're gonna have this thin strip of meat, and you can feel it should have all of the bones in it. And if it doesn't, then you go back onto this side and you feel around. There's one right here, and then you can just grab it and pull it out. Okay, well, this one's being a little difficult, but there it is. Or if it's sticking out like that, you can just cut it. Sometimes you have to pull it, and it takes quite a bit of time, but eventually it'll come out. There we go. So now that that's out, I feel around more. There's another one right here. And that's it. So now I have these two boneless pieces of meat right here. Now for this one, you just do the same thing. And you go as close as you can to the bones, and you just cut straight down. And then that will have all the bones in it. So now I've got 3 pieces of boneless meat. Okay, so for the first technique that I'm going to show you, it's actually really simple, and it's not even technically cooking, and it's called sashimi. Now, sashimi is sushi, and it's eating raw fish. So really, there's no cooking. The only thing you need to do is cut it. So the way I like to cut it even though it might technically not be that correct. It doesn't really matter, but you just want to cut thin strips of the Papio. Okay, that is a little too thin, so you want it thicker than that. So the first draft, put that on the side. That is a little better. That's kind of what you want. So I'm just gonna go through this, cut it into strips like that, and then show you the final step. Alright, so I've cut up that bit of fish into these little pieces here. And so the last step is presentation, because if you just serve like this, or if it's like in a pile of meat, that's not going to look very appetizing. It looks pretty gross if it's just a pile of meat. So what you want to do is you want to arrange it into like rows, or make it look nice, and then serve that, because it'll look more appetizing than just a pile of meat on a plate. So I'm gonna do that and then show you the final product. Okay, so this is finished. It doesn't look the greatest, but it looks better than just if you pile a bunch of this raw fish meat in the middle of a plate. So yeah, that's pretty much done. I'm gonna let this chill in the fridge before I eat it, and it'll cool down in the fridge while I cook the other 2 fillets. So yeah, that's pretty easy, but it tastes really good. I'll show you how people eat it, I guess, later. But anyway, yeah, that's done. So time to move on to those. Alright, for this next recipe, you're gonna need 3 things. You're gonna need panko, which is Japanese breadcrumbs, and you're gonna need an egg in a bowl, and your seasoning. I just have black pepper, garlic, salt, and salt, my basic frying seasonings. And yeah, so this is a katsu recipe. If you know what katsu is, it's like fried chicken, but different. It's fried in this. I don't know how to explain it, but you've probably seen it before. If you're watching my videos, you're probably from Hawaii, and you know what chicken katsu is. So yeah, there's certain things you have to do with these before you're ready to cook with them, so I'll get to that right now. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is get your breadcrumbs and get a tray like this, something that will fit your fillets in, and then just pour a bunch of panko into this tray. That's too much, I think. So we're gonna pour some in. Too much. Okay. Okay. So you're gonna have panko like that. And then you're pretty much done with this, unless you need to put in more later. And then you're gonna take your egg, pop, crack it, put that in there. Then I'm gonna throw this away. Wash your hands. Okay. Then you're gonna get a fork, or like a whisking spoon. I mean, one of those whisking things. I like to just use a fork. And you tilt it so that it's in the corner of the bowl, and then you just break it up first. And then just and you keep doing that until it's a nice, like, frothy white. Yellow, not white. I don't know why I said white. Okay, so once you're done whisking, it should look like that. Nice and mixed, like you're making scrambled eggs. And I actually ended up cutting more pieces off of my other fillet, because I realized that just these 2 is not that much food, and I thinned these down a little, because these are actually pretty thick. It's a pretty thick fillet, and panko burns kind of fast. So anyway, what you're gonna want to do now is make sure you're always using a different hand, one for wet and one for dry, or wet and dry. So what I mean by that is I'm gonna take one of my pieces of meat. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna cut that off. Okay, I'm gonna take one in my right hand for wet. So that means I'm gonna put it in the egg like that. Make sure it gets soaked like this. And then I'm gonna take this and put it into the panko like that. And for dry, I'm using this hand, my left hand, so that my fingers will get caked in. If I had used the same hand, my fingers would be caked in like yolk, and the panko would be sticking to my fingers. But because I use different hands, it still happens a little bit because I have to touch the egg to roll this around in the panko, but it's a lot less than what it would be. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my seasonings. And because this hand is dry, I don't need to wash my hands to do this. And you can pour it into the panko around it too, because then when you're rolling this around in panko, it's gonna be getting on everything else. I mean, it's in the panko already, so like when you're rolling it around, you're also rolling it around in seasoning. Okay, so that one is basically finished and ready to go in the fryer in the oil. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with this for these and start frying them up. Also, you may have noticed that I broke my own rule, and that is what happens. So I need to be more careful. So, yep, I'm just gonna do these and then put them in the fryer. Now you're gonna get your pan and oil. I finished all of the pieces of fish, so now I'm just gonna pour oil, not too much. Actually, maybe a little more because the oil is gonna burn up in the panko. There we go, perfect. Okay, and now take that, spread it around the bottom of the pan, and turn our heat up. Not too high, because like I said, panko burns pretty fast, so you're gonna wanna just cook it at a lower heat. And then once that's heated up, we can start putting these in there. A little way to test if your oil is hot enough, take a pinch of your panko, like that, and then you drop it in, and if it starts sizzling like that, that means your oil is hot enough to cook, and it's ready. So you're gonna get your tongs, and then you're gonna put each piece in. Oh shoot, wait, let me separate these. Are these two pieces, or is this one piece? Oh, I guess it's one piece. Okay, so you're gonna take this and then take the next one. And the next one. And then the last two. And then just let those sit until they're golden brown. Okay guys, so my food is done. My two favorite ways to prepare papio are finished. Both of them are really simple. One is just a simple panko frying recipe, and then the other one is just sashimi. And then, yeah, they're both done, so we're just gonna taste it. Oh man, my mouth has been watering while cooking these because it smelled really good. So, I'm gonna start with the panko fried thing. Actually, no, I'm gonna start with the sashimi. Hold on. Okay, I have a plate of sashimi in front of me now. So, and I also have this cup of shoyu in it. And then I'll take one of these pieces, if I can just grab it. Okay, like that. Nice and white meat. Then you're gonna dip it in. Show you just a little bit so it looks like that. You can see the shoyu on it. Now first of all, that was really good. The reason omilu makes good sashimi is because it's very firm compared to a lot of other fish. And a lot of jacks make good sashimi. Omilu, yellow spots, pa'o, things like that. They make good sashimi because their meat is more firm than like a uhu or a pananu or a lot of other plant-eating fish. And yeah, so that's why. And to be honest, the fish doesn't taste like, it doesn't have a lot of taste to it. There's something there, but it doesn't taste fishy like you would think. It just tastes like, especially when you put shoyu on it, it's just good. Doesn't taste like anything really. If you try it, and if you have tried it, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's not nothing, but there's no strong taste to it. It's pretty bland, and then you put shoyu on it, and it tastes really good. Okay. Now, let's move on to the main dish. Look at that right there. Beautiful. All right, moment of truth. That is bomb. Oh my god, that was so good. Ooh, I made this. Bro, this is bomb. Right. Oh my god. This is why it's my favorite way to cook papio. I haven't tried a papio in a while because the ones I've been seeing are like barely legal size, but this is good. This is really good. Ooh. I will say though, it is a little salty, but I kind of like to over season things because I don't like it when it's under seasoned and then it's really bland. So yeah, a little salty, but now I am a bit worried about thicker pieces like this one and this one because they were thicker, but I cooked them for the same amount of time. I'm hoping that they are not undercooked in the center at their thickest parts. So let's try. That's from the middle. Not at all, thank goodness. That is some good luck. That's another part from the middle. Nice white, flaky meat. It's probably my second favorite part of spearfishing. First being killing fish. It's really fun. Hunting, it's the best feeling in the world. But especially when you land your dream fish, nothing can top that, you know. But it's my second favorite part because you get to eat delicious food from the fruits of your labor because you spend so much energy, you spend so much time, and do so much work to get this fish, and then you get to enjoy it instead of just going to the store and buying this exact same fish or something similar that maybe even tastes better to other people. But people who don't fish and people who don't spearfish, they don't know what this is like, because at like supermarkets and grocery stores, they don't really sell native fish that are native to Hawaii. They'll sell like salmon and other main island fish like that, like cod, but they don't know the true gem fish of this island are right in the ocean surrounding them. They're right there, and all they need to do is go out and take it, but they don't, because they don't want to do that work. And that's why we spear fishermen and us fishermen, we get to enjoy this, because this is what comes out of our hard work. It's great tasting, delicious fish. I would not trade this for any fish that I see on the market. Maybe ahi, but hopefully I get to shoot one of those too. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this off, and I'll check back in with you guys when I'm done. Alright guys, so I'm all done. If you look at my plates, there is nothing left. It is all gone. There are bits and pieces there, but I'm going to eat those for sure. Man, that was good. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a while since I've posted videos. I'll try to get back on my posting schedule. But I'm posting 2 days in a row. and that's because to make up for the long break that I had, that I made you guys wait for so long. It was like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. So get two videos in a row, and then this weekend I'm planning to film another video with another YouTuber friend of mine. Hopefully it'll come through. It might be a little difficult with quarantine and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.